Right, it's been a busy week. Let's talk some boxing. First of all, the IBF welterweight title's on the line this weekend, and it sees Randall Bailey, the current champion, going up against his challenger, Devon Alexander. Now I think Alexander wins this fight, and I'm going to go with a unanimous decision. If you haven't already done so, I would advise taking a look at Randall Bailey's last fight where he won this title against Mike Jones, who was an unbeaten, prospect, so to speak. And Bailey got the late, I think it was 11th round KO against him. There were two knockdowns late in that fight. I want to focus on the first one. Take a look at the straight right hand of Randall Bailey. It really is a thing of beauty. If you want to know how to throw a straight right hand, I think Randall Bailey's got the textbook right there. The way that he has his feet planted, and the way that he moves his power up from the feet, from the legs, up through the hips, rotation, straight right hand. Sublime punch. Actually manages to be accurate enough to get in between the guard of Mike Jones. If you look at that knockdown, Mike Jones actually puts his hands up and the glove goes sort of in between them, and Bailey's got power. There's no doubt about it. The odds you can actually get on Bailey winning this within 1 to 12 rounds, i.e. TKO knockout, are actually good. I've got a small amount on it. It's 6 to 1. The bet I had, which I think are really good odds, because this guy can end the fight with one punch, and that concerns me. It's a concern. When I first heard of this fight, I thought Devon Alexander, easy victory, just go for the motions. Too quick for the guy, too skilled for the guy, younger fighter, and he'd be able to easily take this. Mike Jones probably thought the same thing. And he was actually winning the fight in my eyes when the stoppage came. He was outboxing Randall Bailey for large portions of that fight, because Bailey's aging now. What is he, 36 or something? He's not able to keep up with these young guys. And I believe he's been interviewed and he said he needs to get the knockout in this fight because he's not quick. He's not really. He doesn't have enough volume to win on points, in my opinion. I just don't think Bailey's going to win a points decision here. If he wants to keep his world title, he needs to get the stoppage, and he's perfectly capable of doing it. Alexander sometimes fights the way when he comes forward very similar to how Mike Jones was fighting in that fight. He throws very rapid punches, and he leaves himself open sometimes. And we saw Mike Jones got caught with the uppercut, was it? And that was quite close in. And Bailey's going to be dangerous throughout this fight. So Alexander's got to keep his mindset. He can't lose his concentration for a split second, because Bailey can do it with one punch. And that first knockdown especially came so quick, and from the outside kind of, both guys were squaring up, and Bailey just threw. He's still got quite quick hands, Bailey, and he's quick enough that as the fight goes on and you start to tire a little bit and your concentration, you're not quite as quick as sharp as you were at the start of the fight, he's still quick enough to hit you and you don't see it coming. And he has a distinct possibility to hurt Devon Alexander in this fight and get the stoppage. Just want to mention that, because I think that on second look this fight is actually close because of that factor. Over the distance it's not a close fight. I don't see this being remotely close. I think Devon Alexander's too quick, too skilled. I'm not the biggest fan of Devon Alexander, but for Randall Bailey I think he's too skilled and too quick, good a boxer, and too young for Bailey to hang with him in terms of points and volume. But in the back of Alexander's mind is always going to be the fact that Bailey can end this fight with one punch, split second. That's all it takes. Alexander can get the stoppage, because Alexander does have some power. He has a good uppercut, and he could overwhelm Randall Bailey. And if he catches him, he can finish him off. But my thing about this is that, having seen what happened to Mike Jones, Devon Alexander is always going to have in his mind, because that came late in the fight, those stoppages, and Mike Jones was clearly on top for me, and his world was turned upside down when this guy just came out of the blue, who was behind on the scorecards, couldn't box with him, and all of a sudden, bam, the lights go out. That's something Devon Alexander's going to be thinking right till the final bell. So I think he's going to be a bit too cautious, not too cautious, a bit cautious about opening him up. Even if he starts getting on top of the scorecards, I think he wants to play this safe. He just wants to get that title and go, because Bailey's not a guy you open up against at the risk of getting caught, because he will hurt you. The way I watch this fight is, if I'm rooting for Devon Alexander, for example, then I know that he's going to outbox this guy. But I'm going to be watching it through my fingers the whole time, just hoping that Bailey doesn't land that right hand. I think that Devon Alexander will be a bit too quick and have a bit too much caution to be caught by Randall Bailey. That's where I'm going with in this one. I think Alexander gets the UD. I think he wins the IBF welterweight title. You heard the HBO commentators after Bailey's win of the title, after he grasped that title in the last fight. The way they reacted was that Randall Bailey is now a title holder, as if he shouldn't be. The thing with Randall Bailey is he's not a world title in terms of his boxing and being able to win on points and be one of the better boxers out there in terms of skills. He's not really world title level, but his punch is world title level. His punch is what has got him there, and why not? That's an aspect of boxing. Okay, maybe he doesn't have all the best skills in the world, maybe he's slowed down, maybe he's a bit too old now to hang with the younger guys, but that punch is still there. That punch is still, the power, the last thing you lose normally, is still there with Randall Bailey. It's still world class, a world class punch, and it still gives him that authority to have a world title. So, I'm picking Alexander by UD. Watch out for Bailey for the stoppage. I think those are the two most likely outcomes, with the outside chance that Alexander does stop Bailey. Thanks for watching.